Hello, this is Joshua Luyonza again. Today I want to share with you a few questions that are keeping people in bondage. These are questions that are keeping governments in fightings, governments without agreeing. These are questions that keep different people in prisons, families not settled. These are questions that if you understand and if you can answer, they are going to help you change your life tremendously. I've tried to practice these questions and they have helped me so much, and I think it's very important I share with you these questions. They are just 5 questions, and believe me, if you understand these questions, if you can answer these questions, they are going to transform your life. The first question is a question of who am I? That is a question of identity. Very many people are on earth, but they don't know who they are. You ask someone, who are you? They can just tell you their name, but they don't know who they are. A question of identity is a question of where you come from. Personally, I got to understand my identity, that I am a son of God. That's my identity. As Jesus is, so am I. Matter of fact, if you go in the Bible, it will tell you straightforward that when God was making the universe and time came to make man, he said, let's make man in our own image. That is in Genesis. So that is a question that very many people don't know who they are. That's why you see racism today happening. That's why you see people, they don't have love for one another. They don't know who they are. That is number one question you should ask yourself. And if you can identify who you are, then the rest will fall in place. The second question is a question of where am I from? Where am I from? That is a question of source. When you understand where you're from, then you have the power to face the world. When you understand the source where you originated from, matter of fact, you ask very many people, where are you from? They will tell you, I'm from Uganda, for example. I'm from Uganda, I'm from China, I'm from the United States. That's not the answer. Where we come from, that is a question of who created you, who is your creator. From God, we all came. Matter of fact, we have to understand that. So if you can answer that question of where did I come from, it all originates back to our God, the creator. The third question is, why am I here on earth? You understand? Now that is a question of purpose. One of my favorite speakers, the late Miles Monroe, he said that very many people today live and die without realizing their purpose. That's why the richest place on the face of the planet is not in South Africa where they mine gold. It's not in Iraq where they make oil from. Not from Russia, our neighbors here, where they make uranium. But the richest place is the grave. Why? Because that's where you find people dead with their purpose, with something inside of them that they didn't bring to earth. That is a question very many people don't know why they are here on earth for. People die without realizing what they have to give to planet earth. They die with music, leadership, songs, books that were never written. Question of purpose. What are you here to do? It's a question of purpose. The other question, matter of fact, is a question of what can I do? I ask that very many times. I ask that question to myself. What can I do? That's a question of ability, understanding the power you have. All of us have gotten something special we have to give to the planet. That's why today you're here in the world. You have the ability to do things that you have no idea that you can do. So if you can understand what you can do, if you can understand your purpose in life, if you can understand your source, those are 3 questions. And also if you can understand your identity, who you are, these questions are going to help you become a better person. And lastly, but not least, this is a question that changed my life. And that is a question of where am I going? It's a question of destiny. Where am I going? So if you think and reflect of these questions, matter of fact, one of my mentors is called Tim Kruter. He always encourages us to say these words. I come from God, I belong to God, and I'll go back to God. 3 statements. That is, I come from God, your source. I belong to God, identity, and I'll go back to God. If you can understand that, and very many people die without understanding this. If you can only understand these 5 questions, these are questions that are ruling the world. These are questions that nobody can answer. And I tried to figure it out, and I wanted to share this with you. And I hope you'll find this very helpful to you. And I believe and I have tested it. It's going to change your life. Thank you for time watching. I remain Luyonza Joshua. God bless you, and I love you so much.